With that being said, we're going to bring to the stage now. We know in crypto, the word whale means something way different than the real life whales. And what's really cool is that we have a cool project coming up trying to do their part to save the whales. And so we're here to introduce to you Whale Exploder and Pete, their CEO.
Hello, Peter, and
Welcome, Peter.
to the AMA Finals.
Yeah, it's been a fun month.
It has. All right, the floor is yours. Let us know all about Whale Exploder.
Yeah, so Whale Exploder, it's a Binance Smart Chain token. We launched in June of 2021, so we've been around for a while. And the main thing is none of us are have a huge amount of capital to put into this. We've mainly been kind of running it as our side project and kind of working to build it up. So wanting to show that we're in it for the long haul and follow through on our commitments. So our main thing is saving real life whales by exploding crypto whales. So the way we do that is with high tokenomics. So we actually started out with 42% tokenomics, and then just in December we lowered it permanently to 15%, just because we were finding that 42 was a bit too insane for the current market situation. So you can't really talk about Whale Exploder without talking about the rest of the ecosystem. So Whale Exploder ecosystem, or Wexcosystem, basically 6 related deflationary DeFi tokens. So there's Whale Exploder, and then basically it's like basically an aquatic food chain. So you have whales on top, seals, seal exploder, cod exploder, anchovy exploder, krill exploder, and cryptophyte, which is like basically algae. And then the supply for each of those is basically half of the next level up. So the thing that's unique about us, which I don't think I've seen anyone else do this, is we have these 6 basically permanently locked in tide pools. So these are liquidity pools basically just between our tokens. So we have basically it's kind of trying to mirror what's in nature. So we have whales and seals, and then seals and cod, and so far down the food chain. And then we've turned off tokenomics on those, so you can swap between the two with none of those like 15% fees. So it allows people to make different plays at different tokenomics while still staying in our ecosystem. Okay, so, and then at each of those levels, there's also a BNB pool that we're building up. But the main thing is the charity donation. So since we launched, we've been able to donate just about $4,000 to save the whales, and then like 300 to harp seals, and 440 some to the World Food Program. So I'm pretty happy about the impact we've had with that, and looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future. Especially winning this contest would be huge for us. It would allow us to have a solid base, and then be able to do our bi-weekly sells from the charity wallet. So I'll just break down the tokenomics quick. So in each transaction, 5% gets allocated to reflections to holders. 5% goes into basically a charity / burn wallet, and then 5% gets added to auto LP. So basically to build up the liquidity pool. And then every 2 weeks, it's just a lot of details here, but depending on how much liquidity we have, if it's over 20 BNB in the pool, then we do a charity sell from that wallet and donate that directly to save the whales for the other tokens, whatever charity they've decided for that month or that 2 weeks. Show my screen. Perfect. Yeah, so we got on our website we have the white paper, which you can look through later. The main things coming up. So we have this month. It's pretty exciting. We have a partnership with Toast Punk, which they're developing a metaverse, and basically that'll be launching later this year, and we'll have. We're still working out the details, but we'll have basically something like at the oceans in the metaverse, kind of like whale watching, and people will be able to pay in our tokens, and it'll generate income for us and further, allow us to donate more to charity. So right now they're just minting their original ones. We've relaunched the merch store. So for this, 50% of the profits is going to save the whales, and another half is going to token development. So building up the liquidity pool, paying general expenses. Okay, so yeah, just let me know how much time I have. So let's just address some of the main things. So here's our BSC scan. So right now we just crossed over 24% of the initial supply of 999 quintillion. We just passed over that today with our bi-weekly burn. Let's see. So the majority, we have a good 50% locked up in between LP and this is basically the token contract. So that's essentially burned. So the main thing is this one. So this is Paul. He's a really early investor in Whale Exploder, and he's hasn't basically just got in early and hasn't really touched it. So even that being said, the way Whale Exploder kind of founded was I had been casually investing into other DeFi projects, have been kind of fell for a couple of rug pulls and got frustrated, getting frustrated with it, and I saw the kind of the DeFi tokenomics on some of them and thought, what if you had one that was at the time 42%, or at the high end of the tokenomics. It seemed like it would kind of scale up with that. So that was the origin, was thinking, okay, how can we use that to our advantage to kind of stop pump and dumps. So I don't know. It was hop on. Yeah.
No, that is great. I do have a couple questions. Yeah. Somebody did ask, why such a large supply? I know the quadrillion mark over the past year is everybody's go-to. You wanted to go just shy of, what would that be, 1 sextillion?
Yeah. So that was basically because I knew I wanted to try having basically all the tokenomics so high. Basically, I'm not a coder, so I was looking at some of those tools out there. So we ended up going with CoinTool at the time, and it basically played around with the levels and landed. I think basically by trial and error figured out that was the max supply we could have on there. So that was the main thing with that, and we knew we were going to be doing a bunch of burns too. So.
Which leads into the other question: what is your burn goal from doing your biweekly burns?
I mean, I think it's really going to ramp up with. I mean, even with our today, we just did like 2 quintillion, which is I think like 0.2% of the
Quintillion.
original
Right.
supply. So and that's with not a ton of volume. So I could see like, a year from now being down at like 25% circulating and like 75% burned. So
that'd be awesome. And then this is from Matt asking, will whale exploder expand to other animals, in particular penguins, as they are awesome?
Well, maybe.
Penguin
exploder.
Mainly we're stuck with things that are mostly in the water. There is a kind of on our roadmap. I have like way in the future developing like a blockchain, and kind of we went the other direction. So instead of other animals, like, okay, what does plankton eat? So sunlight, and calling it photosynthesis, and kind of the idea with that would be like a blockchain for charity, like kind of ideal for like charity tokens to exist. Because I think there's something, we have something special here, and I think there's a lot of, I mean, you see with military finance and other ones, I think there's a lot of potential for other charities to get into this space. So that's kind of where we're headed.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Peter, for hopping on here, and good luck in the competition. I know you do have some great giveaways going. It looks like we're back to the giveaways this month.
Yep.
Oh, Carmen, you're muted.
Oh.
Congratulations, Pete, on a wonderful presentation. Before we say goodbye for now, because we'll bring you back at the end, you have a fur coworker there with you, don't you?
Yeah, he was kind of biting my gnawing on my arm.
And what is your cat's name?
He's Douglas.
Douglas. And he has his own TikTok, right? And he's about to go viral.
Things are about to get wild.
I think Douglas is as large as my little dog that I have down here.
You know what? In crypto, we all have coworkers when we're all working from home doing what we love.
Oh, yeah, I see. That's
playful right now.
Funny.
Well, thank you, Peter, so much for a wonderful presentation. Good luck in the finals. I'm sure your community is totally rooting for you. We'll bring you back in just a second.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks, Peter.